word is one of those thoughts that I've been working on.
Yes, yes.
Isn't that
Synchronicity.
we were talking about that last week, Sandra, divine
Yes.
synchronicity. And I just discovered after reading the daily wording setting in my personal space so I could have my one-on-one connection with God. Free is really from the chains that you choose that bind you. How do you break through of those free?
Freedom means so many different things to so many different people, depending on where they are on their path.
It does. It does. But I love how it starts out the daily word. And
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way, I'm Tim from wherever I am on behalf of Unity and the Olympics. I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, Sandra Blanchard, our prayer chaplain coordinator at Unity and the Olympics. And this is Monday Midday Meditation for Monday, June 19th, 2023. Now, Sandra, I didn't pin you, but I am. And I'm going to pin me. And so they can see the two of us. Whenever two or more are gathered in a place of thought, it brings forward new ideas. And I love talking to you, even when we're not on the camera, when we touch base. Sandra's also one of our board members at Unity and the Olympic, and it takes everyone to raise a community. Now listen to what the writers of the Daily Word says about today, about free. And this is freedom in the expression of God. One with God, I am free. Notice how it starts out with one with God. First that, then I am free. That of the bigger also includes me. In everyday life, it is easy to identify with my earthly roles: parent, sibling, employee, volunteer. And remember, these are only the parts of my life that you see. I am foremost a divine being, a living expression of God. This truth frees me and lifts me above the concerns and the obligations of daily life. I feel free as I release myself from my expectations of what I should do or be. This perspective liberates me and breaks free of all those chains that I've placed upon myself. As I live from my true place of being, my divinity, I see myself in the world, but not of it. I see myself as part of the bigger picture. Now, unencumbered, I direct my attention to what really matters: freedom to breathe, connect with God, and to be nurtured by the calming energy of nature. The roles and the rules of the world may continue, but I am not bound to any of them because I am free as a living expression of God. I shall walk at liberty, for I have sought your precepts. That's from Psalm 119:45. There are so many things that have been brought forward with this thought today about freedom. But it's not freedom, it's living vivaciously in the kingdom as the hands and feet of God, for we are the living expression of God. One of the things I really like is how Glenn on Sunday kind of stopped with that vision of our collective vision we came up with many, many years ago. We are spirit, expressing as lives, transforming for good. Now, I have a funny story about this, because the word or the acronym it creates is what moves forward. The word is wet. We are spirit, expressing as lives, transforming as good. And what that brings forward is that symbolism of the flowing waters of divine life, about how everything is interconnected. First, enter connected first in order for the divine or divinity to grow forward. Isn't that a beautiful thought? I walk at liberty, for I have sought your percepts, your perception, the image that you created it to be. And we do that. And I appreciate that I get the opportunity right now, when I'm in this healing phase, to sit in divine nature and watch how it naturally interacts with each other for the greater good. That includes the human experience as we step back and look at everything from that of the observer before we move forward. So, Sandra,
Yes.
what's it mean to be free to you?
Well, and a whole lot of what was just read and what you just expressed is that when we get caught up, we can stop at any moment and remember that whatever we are seeing or feeling, experiencing, we can catch our words and go, I'm not stuck. I am free, in the sense that all I have to do is take that deep breath, release all my concerns and worries, and know that I am the individual expression of God expressing through me as me. Therefore, I'm free to create and change that's bothering me at the time, because I am free to do that.
I can change my world when I am one in connection.
Yeah.
When I am one in connection.
Yeah.
And
that
notice,
is so freeing.
not just only can I, if anybody was reading along with the Daily Word with me today, you get to add to that expression. That's what God's asking you to do, so that it can become a greater good. I am, and as I add myself to that connection, and it becomes just like you joining me today, we are. We are what we are becoming to be in this oneness, to bring forward that true thought of prosperity, that growth of goodness. You know, one of those things I was trying to explain as I've been running around, and I love the way that the Daily Word talks about being a parent, sibling, employee, and volunteer. But right now I'm combining all those gifts God's given me so that I can play and go to work. I can change that perception around from work to play. And I'm doing it for a good cause, because you know my passion, children.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
more I play in it, the more I discover. You know, a lot of people belittle me because of the fact I work at Walmart. But you know what? I'm proud. Sam Walton was a Sunday school teacher in a Presbyterian church. Sam Walton and my uncle did the same thing. They went and told the stories of truth, and how when coming together in the oneness, greater things can happen. I loved about that man, and everybody wonders where I get all this memorabilia. You know, you don't have to work for them to be part of that experience. I was related through a relationship that was created a long time ago through that legacy of my life, my grandparents. That's where divinity starts, is that deep root of connection. And the greatest grandparent of all, it's a parent, is the divine one. It's God the good. How we perceive this is our choice. Everything, even those things that we thought were trials and tribulations, were laid forward. So it laid the groundwork. So you together, in the strength of what you know you have with you, can create that greater good. That's the process God gives you when you're willing to do something in co-creation. Sandra, the first thing we have to do is connect to that place of peace. And we have to release, but we have to do it with gratitude. You know, thank you for the lesson you gave to me today. How I will store that in my divine roots so that it is the foundation that I can move forward with. Would you be willing to take us into this place of peace?
All right.
So we can be free as we release?
So let's just get comfortable. Feel grounded. Get your feet solid on the ground, or if you're sitting, feel your rump settled into the ground, and just, or your seat. And take a couple of deep, deep, deep breaths and just breathe them in as deep as you can. And on the exhale, just release whatever was troubling you for the moment or worrying you and concerning you. And just know what we just read was beautiful, that we inside are that individual expression of God, expressing through us as us, giving us the wisdom and the peace and the knowing that we need to go through the day, the week, the month, the year. And that is such a reassuring, comforting feeling to know that we're not alone and that we are one with God and we are one with that source of energy that helps us create our lives. And knowing that we are the creators, we just have to stop and remind ourselves when we get caught up in the whirl of things and go, I am free. I am free right now. I'm free at the moment. I'm free in my obligations. I'm free in my responsibilities because I can pick and choose. I can change the energy, and I can just stop, pause, feel the peace, feel the calmness, feel the love, feel the support, and know that I am really, truly free. Whatever the outer appearance, inside, going to that place of knowing that you truly are free to create, to design. So why don't we just, each of us individually, know what that is for each of us right now? In the silence for a few minutes, think about, what would freedom be for you? What is freedom for you? Where can it take you? Like a painting, a canvas, just paint onto that canvas what freedom is, knowing that you are one with life, with the expression of life flowing through you. And as we are drawing that painting onto the canvas of our lives, being free, free to express, free to use colors, free to use nature, walking around in nature, painting that life that you see and feel and express coming through you, your meaning for you, your purpose for you. It's all free. Sometimes we think we just get caught up in stuff, but we're not. We just have to stop and feel that oneness and know that I am a canvas itself, creating my thoughts. I can shift them. I can shift them. And I can feel immediately that peace and that love, that support. How's your canvas coming out? How do you want to see it and feel it and express it? The freedom that it takes to do that is wonderful. Expressing the truth of who you are, the oneness with God, the oneness with love, the oneness with the world, the oneness with nature, the oneness with everyone. Community, the oneness. Family, the oneness. Friends, all of it. And we're free to do that, to pick and choose with discernment, enthusiasm, and joy. Thoughts can free us. All we have to do is check in every now and then, see where it's taken us, bring it back to the truth of who we are. And immediately you feel that peace and that love supporting you and surrounding you. I am free to choose my life, to redirect it. I am free. Let's say that to ourselves. I am free, for I am the expression of love. I am the oneness with our presence of God in me. I am expressing as the God expressing through me as me and all the oneness around me. all the things that I see and feel and experience. That is love in action, love moving and flowing forward into whatever life I want to create. Ah, breathe deep. Feel that peace, that love, that joy. And thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, sweet spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be the creator of my own life when I get myself out of the way and remember who I am. Mm.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. You know, one of those visualizations that came to me when going through that beautiful meditation was a symbolism. You know, we see everything
Symbolism.
we see everything in divine mind first, you know, but this past week I chose to be a superhero doing the campaigns for children's miracle networks, including adding the cape to my wardrobe so many days.
Oh.
But it's drawing the attention to the infinite possibility of what I truly desire and letting it go and allowing fun with it, you know.
Imagination. You can imagine anything.
When you can turn work into play and job into joy, life becomes games and you get a lot of toys that bring forward more joy. You know, and it's great when those that you demonstrate with, and it's not for, it's with, see that your heart is totally in that place of commitment. You know, I do love what I do, but you know what I do is I make people happy. That's what somebody told me the other day. And I'm the best at being me. That's all we can ask for of that individual part of that divine expression of the greater good. I hope that was very well understood, but you know, Dr. Seuss speaks to me with God. I have to say, because he wants me to realize all those childhood messages that we have out there to remind us to play.
Well, it was fun yesterday to hear Bill play the child in his talk, reminding us of those moments in our childhood and where our fathers were, you know, happy, sad, good or bad, whatever. Those were some fun moments to go back and be that child. So I think that was a fun thing for lots of people. It brought up lots of stories for people afterwards.
It sure did. And you know, the funny thing is thinking about word choices, I got to be, you know, what was so fun about it is I got to encourage people in the store to come along. Now, you know, I speak to people in ways that is easily understood, but when you put the words out there, they can be interpreted in many different ways.
And then, yeah.
And when I was talking about water and, you know, we had a dunking booth that you could come out and make a person wet. It started, you know, that was a word choice that we're going to go outside and have fun and get wet. You know, then you hear laughter roll all the way through. And the expectation is what did Tim think about before he said it? Or what did I hand over to Spirit and let Spirit say? You know, it's how it's received is what makes it play. You know, I meant it for good. You know, you were talking about where you are in this time and space.
Right.
In your thoughts, you know, I can't help it if, you know, we are still in the process of pulling people out of the gutter. But, you know, I do appreciate good play. And their laughter made me think more. On top of it, it was like, thank you. And, you know, I got a small discussion from my peers, and my peers were actually those that are encouraging me to move forward. You know, next time, say, let's just drop them in the water, you know, or something like that. But they were willing to make suggestions on how I could still have fun with it.
Right.
But I appreciate just as well as, you know, I write the background scripts or Sunday celebration service, and I give them the freedom and the flexibility to add their own words. And we were talking about that earlier. And they had fun with it yesterday because they even read the insert personal message here, into the fun of the day. So they added to the joy by taking what was their job, knowing what they needed to be and releasing it, and adding that why of connection, where that interception voice for everyone to focus. Focus, as Alan Cohen had said, in many of the discussions and the books and the workshops I attended with them, joy truly is your compass, and then nothing in life is a job. It's all for the good. And that
sometimes
circle
we
of
forget God.
connection is what makes it that
Right.
connection, your circle of life and connection with the divine makes it God.
And everything doesn't have to be so hard. It can be, you can find the fun in it.
Did you guys have fun yesterday?
We did. We absolutely did. It was a lively group.
Did you think of a lot of childhood memories once Bill talked in his childhood voice?
I think some of them did, but then I think, oh, the food. Everybody was into the food.
Because they like to contribute and they like to bring forward what they're best at. I wish I was there. I would have made those wonderful Luda balls, we call them, or chocolate bomb cake delights, whatever you want to call them.
We were talking about bourbon balls, and I don't know, people's favorite food came up.
We call them Luda balls. Luda was the first one that brought him to.
Did you call what, a Luda?
Luda was the first one that brought him to the gathering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, listen, this is Tim. I used to be from Texas, used to be from Squim, but I am who I am freely wherever I am. And that's all because of this word of all y'all. And so today for my costume, I decided, as I told you, Sandra, I'm going to be Woody.
Woody.
Woody, because Woody was a cowboy. And one of the biggest ways, one of the biggest way that we can help the Children's Miracle Network is everybody talks it up and they round it up. And you guys are a perfect demonstration. You talked up the picnic, you rounded up all the right foods, and everybody gave from their hearts, and you had fun. That's what it's all about.
I love sitting back and seeing the whole entire room full of conversation. No one was not talking. Everybody was talking. Because
they want to know what's the buzz. Tell me what's happening.
I love that when everybody's
participating. And it's actually just sharing the joy of the love that it is. All right, this is Tim from wherever I am, wishing everybody a beautiful week. Stay free in the knowing that you're connected in that oneness, and everything that surrounds you actually is there to support you. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye for now. See you soon.